gardening table is kind of a mess. I need to clean it off because at the end of the year I kind of just laid some things up here. So anyway, I was like, you totally need to be using your gardening. So what I'm doing here is I'm digging out some weeds out of this pot. Then I'm going to amend it with some bone meal, blood meal, and some fertilizer. And I feel like this needs a fresh new soil on top as well. So what I was going to do with these size pots are plant some of the corn for the survival seeds. And that is my 7th seed that I picked for survival seeds. I grew it 2 or 3 years ago, but the ants attacked it. So I'm going to try to make sure I have some good plants to protect around it. But yeah, so I could tell I'm going to need to amend it. I could tell it's, you know, it needs a little bit of TLC here. But we're just kind of cleaning up this pot. And since this was the size I'm gonna use for the corn, I was gonna use this for something else, but since it's that exact size I'm gonna use for the corn, I'm going to just go ahead and clean this up and get it ready. And then when it's time to plant the corn, the pot will already be ready. So that's my game plan. I'm just kind of pulling out leaves and just things that have fell in here over time. I think there might have been kale or flowers in this last year. I'm not exactly sure. But usually I want to say it was kale because I had emptied all the pots and then I think the bugs started attacking everything, and so eventually I just stopped watering it because I felt like I was losing the battle with the bugs. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this bone meal, blood meal. It's a combo. Always close my mouth when I do that. And then a little bit of this shaker feed. I can't seem to get this top part right, so I'm just going to take the lid off. A little of this. And I'm going to kind of just combine this within the top couple of inches because this is about where the roots would be. There's some of those little nuts that fall off the tree that always get in here, and I try to dig those out. It doesn't cause any harm, just doesn't necessarily. I think it would probably take a long time for that to. Ooh, I think it's a bee. Ooh, for some reason a bee is attracted to me right now. Ooh, okay. I have 3 bell pepper up from the survival seeds, and then I have some oregano up and some lemon balm. All right, the lemon balm is planted. I have more seed if it doesn't come up, but our weather is really warm, so I gave it a shot. The hyssop is up. Okay, multiple hyssop up. And the forks are for my cats who are trying to lay on my plants. What's up, Dawson? What you doing, cutie? plant a little basil to protect the plants on the climbing wall. How far apart does it say? Spacing 10 inches. We're going to go a little rogue and put 5 in here. We want to get the basil started before the other plants. That way it'll be up to be able to protect the cucumbers and other things on the climbing wall. So let's see how the cucumbers do. So I'm going to plant basil near the cucumbers, and then I'm going to plant a couple of, because it's in a square tote, I'm going to plant some radishes in front of it. The cucumber will be on the back so it can climb, and then the marigolds will be in the middle to protect, and this will be right next to the other cucumber plant. And then there's also onions on that row, so there's lots of things to protect all the things on the climbing wall. So we'll have more basil to use for something else. So this is where I grow the mammoth sunflowers. You can see how bad this has got. So I'm going to get in here and rake all the weeds out of it and get it ready for planting, which would technically be in March. So let's see how good I can do on this bed. Alright, that one's a little tough. Hubby may have to tackle that one. So the giant sunflowers that are in here were really hard to get out, so I had to wait for them to be completely dead to be able to pull them out. But that one right there was the one that was 16 feet tall, and it's still very much huge. So I'm just attempting to get the weeds out. I am going to put the mammoth sunflowers back in this exact spot, but I need to kind of get it cleaned out, because as you can see, it was overtaken by weeds, and it has a few of the stalks left. So, and this is actually, see some seed there that I just threw back in here, which I might spread out later. I may not even have to seed this area at all. That's probably enough of this area. I'll probably have to redo the boundary because the wood's kind of falling apart from here. Okay, so this is the mammoth sunflower bed number 1. It's not perfect, but it looks a lot better, and I did add the bricks around, and as you can see, I got the weeds out. Still need to do a little bit of raking because I feel like some of that grass, the dead grass there, is still kind of connected, and I'm worried it's going to come back up. So I think I'm going to rake through this one more time, and then I'm going to call it a day on this one. Thank you for watching my video today, and I hope you have a great year with gardening for 2025. Have a great day, guys. Be blessed. Do something kind. Bye, everybody.